James Thomas Morning Blend. You wonder where and how to safely get your flu shot this year? Well, today I have Steve Anderson, who's president and CEO of NACDS, which is a National Association of Chain Drug Stores. Good morning, Steve.
Hi, James. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. So,
Good.
why is it important, more important than ever, to get a flu shot this year?
It's extremely important. We are in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, and experts are telling us they expect a second wave to hit the country in the fall and in the winter. This is complicated really by the flu season that's hitting us. And there's a distinct possibility that we could be facing a two-front public health war. In terms of the impact the flu has had, CDC has said that in the last flu season, there were 62,000 Americans that lost their lives because of the flu, and more than 500,000 were hospitalized. And we just cannot afford to have that happen again, particularly in the middle of the COVID pandemic.
Well, you're talking about a 1-2 punch coming up this fall, aren't you?
Absolutely. And, it's interesting because, we need to make sure that our immune systems aren't compromised by the flu. So we need to have the flu vaccine. So if, in fact, we are exposed to COVID, it doesn't just make the matter worse.
So, how are pharmacies making it more convenient for patients to arrange for a flu shot?
It's so easy to get a flu shot. It's safe. It's effective, it's easy, and it's free under most healthcare plans. 91% of the American people live within 5 miles of a pharmacy, so we are the most accessible healthcare provider. So it's so easy to get the flu vaccine in the pharmacy.
I wish we can get our COVID-19 test there too. That's another story.
It is indeed.
Now, what are pharmacies doing to protect their staff and those getting flu shots if more people are going into stores or other facilities?
Well, our members are taking great precautions to make sure everybody's protected. They're following CDC guidelines. They're wearing masks. They are engaging in social distancing. They're wearing gloves. They're washing their hands. They're making sure patients are separated from each other when they come in and get the flu shot. So we're taking every possible precaution. And it's so important in terms of making sure they get immunized so they're not putting themselves at greater risk than not getting it.
It sounds very interesting the way the mood of the country is right now. It's going to be interesting how it happens this fall.
Yeah, it's really interesting. A survey came out recently that showed that 90% of the American people thought it was important to fight COVID by wearing masks and doing social distancing and washing their hands. But that same study found that only 67% of adults felt that getting a flu shot is important. So it's very important. It's interesting. We're seeing a big uptick of seniors who are getting immunized earlier, and they're encouraging other people to do it. And as we've heard a great deal about COVID, you're not only protecting your own health when you get a flu shot, at the same time you're protecting your family members and your loved ones and friends that you may come in contact with as well.
Now, where can we go for more information about locations in our area and set up an appointment?
Yeah, we strongly encourage you to contact your pharmacist. Surveys have shown they're the most trusted profession in the country. We literally are the face of neighborhood healthcare, and many times we're the only healthcare provider in the community. So we would encourage them to contact their pharmacies, just see if they can stop in and get the flu shot like I did last week, or whether they would need an appointment to get it.
Steve Anderson, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, James. Have a great day.
You too.